Hey there, my friends. Happy Tuesday. I am Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping, and I am back for another edition of Teach Me Tuesday. I'm hoping that today's video is better than last week. Last week, for some reason, it was all wonky and small, and I don't know what happened. I know my phone updated last week, so I don't know if it changed some of my settings. I tried to play with some stuff. Hopefully, it will be good this time, so I apologize for that. Let's jump into today's Teach Me Tuesday video. I wanted to focus on Heal Your Heart. This is one of the Sale-A-Bration reward items. We only have 5 days left of Sale-A-Bration. Can you believe it? So this is one that I think people might gloss over and not realize that it's such an amazing stamp set. This one has some really great sentiments, including the sorry for your loss, which I'm always looking, unfortunately, for sympathy sentiments. So I think the script paired with the sentiments in this one is just makes it a must-have. And of course, you can get this one free with a $50 order from now and through the end of February. So it's definitely one that you may want to add to your list. And I totally glitzed it up today. I wanted to do a nice thank you card, so I did a really glitzy one. I paired the stamp set with the Fine Art Floral Suite, so I added some of the acetate from that suite. I also added some of that really pretty paper, a couple pieces actually, the more muted stuff. I paired it with Pretty Peacock and then some gold foil. So let's go ahead, and I'm not going to show you the finished card. You're gonna see it when I finish. So let's go ahead and fold this 8.5 by 11, I'm sorry, 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock in half to make our card base. And then I just kind of coupled these two together. So I'm just gonna use my Stamp and Seal, and I'm going to go ahead and attach these together with this piece in the middle. And then before I attach it to my card, I'm going to add some linen thread for this. And I'm going to do a wrap twice. We'll use my ribbon scissors, and I'm going to tie a little knot before I actually tie my bow. So knot and bow comes after. So here's the bow. And I'm kind of tying it off to the left because we're going to have a little panel in the middle here. So I wanted that gold acetate to kind of pop a little bit. I originally was going to just have it flat on this cardstock, but it kind of got lost a little bit. So what I did is I'm going to attach it to a same size piece of Whisper White. And I'll give you a little trick for this so that you don't have to have adhesive showing through it. What I usually do is I'll take a little scrap piece of cardstock here, and I'll put some of the Tombow liquid glue, just a little blob of it. Just be careful not to leave that laying around when you're done. And I'm going to go ahead and just blot that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this on the back side. I'm just blotting it and kind of smudging it so that it won't show through. But it's going to make that back side tacky, and it will stick to that white piece. Like that. Okay. There you go. And then I attached this to my card base using some dimensionals. Let me just cut up my leftovers here. Cut that. And all right, I'm just going to use some of these in the corners and then in the center. Take that off. I'm actually going to get rid of this little glue piece so I don't stick my project in there by accident. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick this down, trying not to get my bow under that, like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my card. I could have done that before I attached that layer, but whatever, it's fine. And I'm layering that onto the pretty peacock. And because I said I wanted to go super glitzy, I'm going to take a little scrap piece of my grid paper, and I'm going to run my embossing buddy over it. We're going to do a little bit of embossing, heat embossing. So I'm going to use the thank you sentiment because I can always use that. And I love glitzing up my cards for my customers. So I'm going to go ahead. I just used the layering circles dies to die cut that oval. I'm sorry, the layering ovals dies to die cut that oval. So you can't see that yet, but there is an image there. And then I'm going to grab my gold embossing powder. And I'll sprinkle that over that. You can tap off the excess in there. Whoops. Let's make sure we get all the little straight edges off. Okay, and then I'm going to just, that's why I used a scrap piece of this, because now I'm going to just go ahead and funnel this back into my gold bin. And I can get that out of the way. Just do a quick sweep so you don't have any excess of that embossing powder on your base one. And then we'll grab my scissors and this just to hold that in place. And I'm going to use my heat gun to go ahead and heat set this. I should have done that in advance, but you'll get to watch the magic happen on the camera, hopefully. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. It takes it a minute for the heat gun to get hot enough, but once it does, it kind of goes pretty quickly. Sorry, there's a shadow on it, so I'm not even sure you'll be able to see it. And there it starts to go. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but you can tell in person when it is melting, because it goes from like a dull sort of look to a nice like foil looking shiny look. Okay, so there's that. And you want to give it just a second to kind of cool down so you don't get thumbprints in it. But I die cut, where did I put it? Somewhere. I pre-die cut a couple of the golds. Oh, here it is. Gold sprigs with that was punched with the sprig punch. And then I die cut in a scallop oval using the oval layering ovals dies. And I'm going to layer those two together. So it's just a tiny little peak of that peacock coming through. Like that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back here in this corner. And I'm actually going to add a little bit to the front too, because it looks like I have a little mark on the front. So I'm going to actually cover it. Maybe here, let me put this onto the card so that I can get this going. So I'm going to put this, actually, you know what? I was going to do dimensionals on the back. Whoops. Let's go ahead and add some dimensionals for that. Although I suppose I could have done it flat because I popped the other one too. Now I've got adhesive on here. Oh goodness, I'm making a mess. So I'm going to pop that there. And then I'm going to use a little bit of adhesive, if I can get it to go. Where's my silicone sheet? My little trick to get that guy going again. Works like a charm. And then I'm going to go ahead and just, I should have probably used a glue dot. I just want to kind of pile that on here. Except I don't want it to hang too far off the cards, so I may have to overlap them a little bit, like that. There. And then I'm going to add some little gems. We'll use our Take Your Pick tool. And actually, I'm going to put a bigger one. Come on. Gimme. right on the end here. And then I'll use the littler ones kind of sprinkled elsewhere. Like so. There you have a really pretty little fancy card. I feel like that should be spread out a little bit more. Like that. There we go. And then we can just trim off that one here so it doesn't hang off the edge. There. Whoops, I didn't cut that very well. You kind of want to cut it so it doesn't show that you cut it. Let's fix it. There. There we go. There you have it. A really fun, pretty thank you card. So this one I had tucked it underneath, but I just was covering a little mishap there. See, there's no mistakes in stamping. I do think I like them better tucked under, but it works either way. The other thing I would have probably done if I had known I was going to go that way, I probably would have put my little bow over here just to kind of cover that edge there, but I think it all works. So there you go. Really pretty stamp set, and I think just because the script here, it just lends itself so well to some really elegant cards. Plus, they're really functional. As much as we hate to send the sympathy and sorry cards, the we're in this together and the thank you, it's definitely something that we all need to be sharing a little bit more of these days. So that is it for today. Let me quickly show you. So today is Tuesday, what is today? The 23rd, I think. So maybe something later. I don't know. I don't know what date it is, but it's the end of February. This is my current stamp club class that's open for registration until Saturday. It's featuring the Springtime Joy stamp set. So you can get that. You get 2 of each card kit with the club, plus the opal rounds are included, the Oso Ombre paper is included, and some linen thread so you can complete your projects. And of course, there's always a little thank you gift in there as well. So if you want to register for that, I'll leave the link for that in the description of the video below. And you'll definitely want to make sure you head on over to my Facebook page, By the Shore Stamping, so you can follow me there and see updates there as well. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And if you liked this video, go ahead and click like. And if you really want to make my day, go ahead and click subscribe. Thanks so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next week. Bye for now.